please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge, sponsored by the ASL Club.
President Trump releases the phone transcript with the call between him and the Ukrainian president. Will Democrats still move forward with impeachment?
And 50 years has gone by since the Beatles released their last album, but now they're releasing something new.
And a local company has some furry friends. We will fetch the story for you. NHSTV Live starts right now.
Our top story is the impeachment inquiry into President Trump's call with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Yesterday, the White House released the transcript of the call with the two presidents. The issue at hand is whether Trump pressured the Ukrainian president to investigate Joe Biden and his son. In addition to the call being released, the whistleblower's complaint was released to the public this morning.
What those notes reflect is a classic mafia-like shakedown of a foreign leader. That whistleblower needs to be given the complete freedom to report any allegations of wrongdoing that have come to that whistleblower's attention.
The whistleblower alleges that President Trump used the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 election, and that White House officials subsequently tried to lock down records of that phone call. Yesterday, President Trump held a press conference and later a meeting with President Zelensky.
No push, no pressure, no nothing. It's all a hoax, folks. It's all a big hoax. I fully support transparency on the so-called whistleblower information, even though it was supposedly second-hand information.
Nobody pushed me, yes.
In other words, no pressure.
Now, many know her as our associate principal, but do not know what this role model in our school does outside of her job. NHSTV reporter Paget Smith went out to find the story.
Here at Northwest High School, there are a lot of new people and faces around the campus. And of the many new faces is Dr. Botter, who is over the freshman and guidance counseling programs.
As associate principal, I oversee certain programs. I'm in charge of the freshman program and the guidance and counseling program, and primarily in charge of academics.
As associate principal, she has some different jobs compared to a normal assistant principal.
And so an assistant principal usually deals with discipline, and an associate doesn't. An associate is similar to the principal, but not in charge.
Before coming to Northwest and becoming an associate principal, she's had some interesting jobs.
These include building. I like to do construction, but I've retired from roofing and concrete.
She has had experience working in high schools for 21 years at Louisville, Decatur, and Fort Worth ISD.
I love high school, so I've done high schools for 21 years, and I love everything about it. But what I really get tickled by is I love to go watch kids compete. I love to watch kids perform. I love to watch kids learn in the classroom. And I like high school kids. Y'all are very funny, and I enjoy that.
Outside of school, she lives on a farm and likes to train her dogs and build stuff.
I play with dogs and train dogs. I play piano. I have a greenhouse. I'm married to my husband. We have no children. We have 3 dogs right now, fur kids.
She hopes to be with us for years to come. For NHSTV, this has been Patrick Smith.
Thanks, Patrick. Today we feature a new segment on NHSTV for all of our animal lovers in our audience. A local animal shelter is in need of new homes for their animals. This is Possum Adoption.
So thanks guys, I am here with Anthony Shoemaker and Chuck to tell us about our pet of the month. So can you tell us a little bit about Chuck?
Okay, so this is Chuck. He came in with his sister Mary almost a year ago. They were brought in as strays, and the person who found him had him in the back of his pickup truck tied to a leash, and Chuck unfortunately fell out and was dragged a couple blocks. His paws were bloody stumps. No claws at all, and his tail was messed up, so we had to rush him to the vet. He was in a cone and in bandages for many months. It was a very rough recovery. We had to change his bandages out every time we walked him. In the rain, he was just miserable, but he's since made a full recovery, and he's very sweet and available for adoption.
And does he do well with other animals?
For the most part, he does. Chuck, it's not a medical diagnosis per se, but just in my opinion, I think he has PTSD because of this incident, because he can play in a play yard with another dog and be perfectly fine, best friends all day long, but as soon as you take him out to go walk back in, he can like snap on him and just be completely vicious. So I would honestly recommend him being a single dog household, but he does get along with other dogs. It would just take time.
Would you recommend that someone, because you think that he does have a form like of PTSD, that he is more for experienced pet owners?
Yeah, probably. If they want to introduce him in a multi-dog household, but just alone by himself, he's perfect. He's so sweet. He loves to play. He loves to play fetch.
Okay, well, thank you so much for telling us. And guys, if you want to adopt Chuck, you can come to the Apollo Pet and Rescue over here in Justin, Texas. Back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Jay. And if you're interested in finding a home for an adorable dog like Chuck, you can visit the Apollo Animal Shelter website or any of their social medias listed. Or visit the shelter yourself. Now, Texans, if you are looking for a cool way to get involved at school, we have Kaylee in studio with two creative guests here to talk about how they get to express themselves here on campus. Kaylee?
Thanks, Bailey. I'm here with Juan Rodriguez and Miss Adair. So Juan, these are your projects for ceramics, right? Did you have a certain way you made them?
Most of it was for this one was hand building. So I made most of this by hand with a few tools, and this one was I used a clay coil extruder to extrude the specific shape to make this. And I used a stencil to just put them in nice scored and slipped. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay, so those are the techniques you used, right? Okay, and so ceramics is a part of art, right?
It is.
What other things are in art?
We have advanced art drawing, and you have to take Art 1 before you get into any of the other advanced classes.
Okay, and so how can people get into art or art club?
Art Club is free and open to anybody on campus. We meet on Mondays at room 900. And for art, you just ask your counselor to put it on your schedule, and hopefully you'll get into one of the Art 1 classes.
Okay, awesome. So is there anything else y'all want to add?
Something interesting about the ceramics class is that the art teachers are very supportive, very kind. And another interesting thing is that I signed up for art drawing, and I was accidentally put into ceramics.
Oh, and you ended up loving it.
Yes, I did.
These are awesome. These are so cool.
Because I didn't know I was good with ceramics, so I just accidentally got placed into it.
That's crazy. I could never. All right, well, thank y'all so much for coming in. And so we have Brandon with entertainment.
Thanks, Kaylee. Our top entertainment story today is about one of the most iconic bands to ever be assembled, the Beatles. The Beatles' album Abbey Road debuted September 26, 1969. In honor of its 50-year anniversary, a remix of the album is being released. Giles Martin, son of Beatles producer George Martin, remixed the album. A super deluxe edition and a Blu-ray will be released, which includes over 23 recording sessions and demos, many of which have been previously unreleased. Martin hopes this inspires and attracts younger listeners like us. Earlier this week, Disney released the official second trailer for the highly anticipated animated film, Frozen 2. The sequel follows the dynamic duo of sisters, Elsa and Anna, leaving Arendelle along with Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven as they search for the origins of Elsa's magical ice powers. The film is set to be released November 22nd of this year, so be on the lookout for tickets for one of the biggest films of the year. And for you animation fans, opening theaters tomorrow is the new animated film, Abominable. In television news, the season premiere of the historic 21st season of Law & Order SVU airs tonight at 9 p.m. on NBC, so make sure to check that out as well. That wraps up what I have for today, Texans. Back to you, Kaylee.
Thanks, Brandon. Many are aware this week is Deaf Awareness Week, and we have another sign of the day to bring attention to this.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. The sign for today, Thursday, is football. Thank you for signing with me.
Don't forget to tune in tomorrow where Shelby is back to catch us up on Tetson sports.
Also, Stuka will be in studio to talk to us about upcoming events you'll need to know about.
Thanks, Tetsons. This has been NHSTV Live.